The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Little Rove Sunshine just walked in the room.
Didn't he?
In
Rove
the face
McManus.
of a Rove. Good morning,
Hey.
friends.
You came in throwing around compliments and hugs and
Hugs and
cheese.
compliments and I
of it.
ran.
All of it.
You ran.
Why'd you
It was
run?
cardio. I didn't know it was a cardio day.
You know,
what is
like-
happening?
No, so you're worried about
Why couldn't
missing
you be
your
on the ground
scheduled
floor?
spot. You don't worry about missing your scheduled spot on this show. You know that.
That's true. I wasn't even
None of
booked.
us do.
I wasn't even booked. I wasn't even booked. I just turned up. I just thought it's been a while.
I know it's been a while.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great.
You went to Paris.
Yes,
Didn't you?
yes. Went to Paris and then went to London for a little bit as well. No, so I was in Paris, but not. We
didn't go to
left
the
before the
Olympics.
games. We left before the
Who wants
games.
to be there for that?
No, but it was also if you were there like around the time we were there, just before the Olympics.
Yeah.
I think it would have been quite disappointing because there was a lot of things you couldn't
Yes,
see.
everything was shut down.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of gates and fences.
Yeah.
I just jumped them anyway. I was like, "Don't you know who they am?"
Yeah.
And they said no, but they were speaking in French, so I didn't understand. And but yeah, we had a wonderful
what you
time.
pleased.
But what do you do? Because we've seen you
What
here
do
in
I do?
Perth. We've seen you here in Perth on boats with Pink, right?
Yes.
So we know. So even though we know you and you're very normal, Rove, you do have this other celebrity
Yes.
life. So
It's
when
a
someone
very
like
good life.
you, I know, I heard. When someone like you is in Paris, what do you do that we don't?
Oh, that's a good question.
Are you going abseiling with Tina Arena or something?
I don't have any French. Well, that's not true. I have French friends, but they're not famous.
Okay.
So
So
I-
they'd be very impressive French friends, I'm thinking.
I have worldly French friends,
Yeah.
and that's very helpful because when you go to places outside of Paris, which we did, they can speak the language, they
Yeah,
can
that's
translate,
good.
and it means that French people don't hate you.
Yeah, that's true.
What about in the UK then, Rove? There's a number of people that you've caught up with.
Did I see you rubbing shoulders with the superstar that is Dave Callan?
Yes, outside Buckingham Palace.
Yes,
of
that's
all
right.
Wow,
people.
the dizzy highs.
We had been to see.
I can just imagine the days of the bolt cutters trying to
Are
get
you
to the
ready
fence.
for this?
What?
The ABBA.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
We
Oh.
had
hologram.
He told us he was going to
Cries
this.
from the crowd. The ABBA hologram show
Yeah.
is
I don't think I agree. When they're still alive, having a hologram show just seems lazy.
You're right, they should be killed.
If it's Tupac,
They should be killed.
I mean,
it's
it's
not
not
the
long.
hologram show
It's
can
not
exist.
long, surely.
Nah, they don't.
But the
do that.
worst,
got it preemptively.
so that's quite amazing.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it. I mean, I don't know what there is to spoil.
What is it to spoil?
But it's they say don't film it because they want it to be a bit of a visual surprise
Right,
for
okay.
people.
And does it look like
But
they're
the
really
main
there?
thing is, so they all come out, and then there's points where they each come out, like as in
Individually.
They have a moment to talk to the audience. Yes, Sean.
Oh, ABBA.
as
Yeah.
a hologram.
The holograms.
As a hologram. So they've got bits where there's a bit of, Benny might say, "Oh, that's when we sang the song Dancing Queen." And there's a pause where they know the audience is going to cheer, and he goes, "Oh, you've heard of it."
Okay.
But in
so
a
the
Swedish
holograms
accent.
are doing crowd work.
Doing crowd work. However, when one of the girls, Agneta, comes out and she says, hi, everybody, thanks for coming. And this bloke yells out from the crowd, "I love you, Agneta!" I'm like, she can't hear you. She's not
Not there.
This
And then
is a
does she go,
hologram.
"Oh, stop
Is
it."
it basically like yelling out you love Netflix to
Yeah.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Like it's like the points where people are trying to take a toilet break or even applauding after a song. There's part of me going, we could all leave
Yes.
3 songs before the end. They'll keep
They don't
going.
know.
'Cause
Exactly.
they're holograms.
Were you and Dave Callan the only straight men there?
What are you suggesting? We were a lovely
Are you
couple.
suggesting Dave Callan
Really
straight?
Well, I'd never.
We had a lovely German couple next to us, and then there was a single Swedish man, Austrian man next to us. I think people were thinking, "Oh, it was a lovely little threesome." So we did. Well, we did.
went with it.
We did. I didn't want to make a liar out of it. But then the other thing was Back to the Future,
Yeah.
the musical.
I know. Did you go?
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
was it
Why
like?
does that exist?
Well,
Who
mate.
asked for that? I
Yeah.
love Back to the
No one
Future.
asked.
Of course we did.
Was
Marty
it good?
McFly.
Should it exist?
I don't know.
Because if anyone thinks
I
it should,
still
it would
don't
be
know.
you.
I'm a big fan of the film. Essentially, it's just the movie on stage.
But what's the songs?
Well, that's it. I got back and
The Power
To
of
the
Love.
future.
The Power of
Power
Love.
of Love,
They
you and Lewis.
do the two songs. There's another one called "We're Going Back in Time," which is another one from the movie.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But then there's one that Doc Brown sings about what the 21st century could look like.
Yes.
And it's the 21st century, and it's just not very catchy. The songs kind of get in the way.
Is there a song where Marty sings about how his mum tries to get with him?
I'm gonna pass your mum.
No,
And
screw
then-
it. I'm going to sleep with mum. I'm going to sleep with mum. I'm going to sleep with mum.
That's it. If they had
Nathan,
have
your
put
mum's
that
on the
in
phone.
there.
She said no.
Mum does not want to say hi anymore.
Exactly.
But that was, but the way that they did the time traveling DeLorean was very good.
Oh, really?
Like, the price of admission. But the reason for it being a musical just had me
Look,
scratching my
I'm not
head.
a musical
Said
person,
he
but I have to say-
who went and bought merch. And
But you have to go to
great.
something like that. Like,
Yeah.
if they have one redeeming factor in it, like something shows for Frozen, right?
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
when the dress change happened.
Yes.
That to me was worth going.
But it's a
even though
musical.
it was boring
Frozen's
as
a
shit to me.
musical.
Your mum and dad were there, were they? With you?
Yeah, I dad was
Dad
like
hated
literally 2 minutes in. Dad's like, "Can we go? Can we
Have
go?"
you,
That was
Sean,
the
have you ever
entire
seen a
time.
musical? Do you go to musicals?
Yeah, I had to go to a couple with Megan. One
Had
time I
to.
turned. Well, I
There
don't
we
know
go.
if you were
You
there.
went to
Nat.
Matilda, I think, didn't you?
Matilda
I
was
turned up.
good.
I'd had a big
Matilda's a
lunch
great
out.
show.
I had a big lunch out, and I met Megan there with the kids.
By big
Oh,
lunch
so-
out, he means you were on the turf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Didn't go down well at all. Not at all.
You can't be
Ghost.
drunk
That's
and-
what it was. Ghost.
What do you mean?
Ghost. Ghost the musical.
The musical. God.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
There
was a
watermelon
musical of
thing.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Megan loves that stuff.
I'm gonna murder my best mate.
Spoiler
I'm
alert.
gonna murder me mate.
Whoopee.
That's the thing I could never handle with the film. The bit where the classic, oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the clay scene. What's
Yeah.
the bit where they kiss each other,
Yes.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
The beautiful,
yeah.
they're
And
kissing
then
each
it's all
other.
starry and stuff.
But
yeah.
he's inside the body of Whoopi
Whoopi
Goldberg
I know, so
at the
she's
time.
getting out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, it's
So
pretty full on.
she's actually pashing Whoopi
Whoopi's the
Goldberg,
vessel, yes.
which is fine. Don't get me wrong, but it's just this idea that
And
in the moment
also-
you're like, it's the two of them
Also-
together. It's not.
Can I tell you something else? When they suddenly goes from Whoopi and then the magic shows it's Patrick and
Yes.
then back to Whoopi, they're different heights. That shits me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just things like that. It's like,
funny
no,
homework.
her head's on a different angle.
Yeah.
Come on. You know you're kissing Whoopi.
Yeah.
So whilst you're overseas, were you actually working at all? Was this?
Oh, that's a rude question.
Sure. He's always working.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that
was
was-
there some sort of junket that you could manage
That
to
was
go
a whole.
to?
Well, this is the thing. We were just away
Let me
on
think. Deadpool,
holidays,
Wolverine.
and then we came back, and then I was back in London for work for Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I love that.
So then I was like, well, now what do I do? I'll see ABBA again, I suppose.
what did you do for Beetlejuice?
What's that?
What did you do for Beetlejuice?
Keaton?
I spoke to Michael Keaton, I spoke to Jenna Ortega, I spoke to Winona Ryder, and I spoke to Catherine.
Catherine
O'Hara.
O'Hara. Oh my God, she's my favourite.
She is divine.
So I'm taking my parents this weekend to go and see it, and then Dad said, "Well, I better watch the original," and he has never done. So he watched the original and said it was absolutely amazing. And then he rang me straight afterwards and goes, "Oh my God, Moira shits in it." And I'm going, "Yeah, I know."
Moira
It's
Rove.
Catherine.
She does what in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forget how many different things she's been in. She's
Yeah.
obviously been in the first Beetlejuice.
Yes.
But you forget that she was the mum in Home Alone.
Yes.
Yes.
And she's...
Which is a very sweet. She was the one that I think she was the one that fell down the stairs and broke her leg.
Yes.
Yes.
And she's in all the wonderful Christopher Guest movies like A Mighty Wind and
Oh,
Best in
they're the
Show
best.
and Waiting for Guffman and stuff like that, let alone Schitt's Creek, of course.
Yeah.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We're joined by a cousin of the year. He's all of our cousins.
Thank you very much.
Rove McManus.
Vote for me at cousinoftheyear.com.au.
For sure, I'm voting. Now, Rove, I showed you a picture of my old house in Willerton, which
Wow,
has
the
spent
memories.
all the days there.
The memories.
Yeah.
So
there's
this
a
was
boat in the
like...
driveway, everyone.
We used to
yeah,
live
right, mate.
We used to live in two adjoining cul-de-sacs that were like Ramsay Street on Neighbours. Everybody
Yeah.
knew each other. We used to play Spotlight where everybody was okay with children hiding in their front yard
In the
at
bushes,
night.
yeah.
Hiding in
And
the bushes.
Was there like cricket
Lovely.
played in the road?
Yeah,
Did you do
always.
that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then, is
The
remember
kids had right of way.
when you'd want to live near your family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
know, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But for me, so there was you guys, another set of cousins. We had family friends that were lots of family friends that were there, and a strange, creepy old guy at the end of the street, just to cap it all
Just to
off.
round it out.
So I went past and I was pointing out to Sonny at your house to
Yep.
start with, and the basketball ring's still out the front that's been there
Sweet.
for 100 bloody years.
I don't think I ever shot a hoop there.
Yeah,
but
and you certainly didn't dunk.
It looked good, though. It looked good.
And then going through your street, Nathan, you know what this feeling's like. All these feelings come back. Anyway, you're feeling them. Sonny's
Completely.
got her phone going. She couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But
just an old house.
when's the last time you went?
I can't
the
remember
hood?
since. Yeah, I would not know. But I would love to check it out because our old place that we grew up in, what was the second family home for me, Mum planted a pine sort of Christmas tree with the idea of, and this will get big enough to put Christmas lights on. And it grew so slowly. By the time she moved out, there was no... I would like to drive past it, and now I reckon it's still not...
It never fulfilled its potential.
No, it would crumble like a Geraldton tree from the weight of the lights that would be hung on that thing. I don't think it's got the guts.
Years ago, we took a whole bunch of people back to Calgary and Esperance, our listeners, and then we did.
Those are people who didn't win the competition.
Remember the hotel we stayed at, Nat? Best Western. There was nothing best. It was Western. There was nothing best about that hotel. But we ended up getting everyone on a bus and doing a tour, and then we took them to my old house in 18 Butler Street, Kalgoorlie, and it's not nice. It's not an attractive house, is it, Nat? It's got asbestos in it everywhere. Anyway, we all get off the bus and we all take a photo in front of this house, and then while we're doing it, we just see the curtain peel back, and there's these terrified people inside going, "Why is there a bus of 50 people outside taking photos?"
So, Sean, when you're out the front of your old place, did you knock on the door and say hi to who's there?
I just
or you just stalk them and take a photo out the front like a weirdo?
I did a couple of laps in the cul-de-sac.
So they've called
Great
the police.
Start.
Now they know why.
Rove, my parents
There's
still
a
live in the
strange
same
man
house.
here with a child in a car doing laps of our house.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just Sean McManus again.
So then I just had to drive around the other... I went all the back streets all the way to Southland Shopping Centre, which we used to hang out in.
Fantastic.
It was a day and a half for
Memories.
sure.
We've got to get to news, and we still don't know the reason Rove's here, because he's
It's a
here for a
mystery.
reason.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get to the thing that you're here for. One day.
Coming up.
8 days later.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nathan, Nat and Sean are joined by Rove McManus.
Hi, everybody. marsupialoftheyear.com.au. Just to
Hi,
keep
hi.
everybody at the project happy.
Time to get down
That's
to
why I'm
business.
here.
So there's a
We are
beauty- a
looking
beauty
to crown
pageant.
Australia's first ever marsupial of the year.
Well, it's got to be the quokka, surely.
It's got to be the
Well,
quokka
WA
is dropping a bit.
What?
WA, we got to lift our game, right?
We're complacent because we
The
just...
Premier, we're all going to watch them up for free now. Apparently,
Yes,
that's
we are.
happening. And the zoo, so you go see a tree kangaroo
Yeah.
and then go get a selfie with a quokka. All my famous friends have done it.
It's not joking.
So the quokka's dropping down a bit. The numbat's in the top 10. We've got 21 marsupials. We're trying to raise awareness that some of these animals are not doing as well as we would think. And you can jump onto the website, marsupialoftheyear.com.au, cast your vote. The top 10 from our 21, the top 10, which will be announced on Monday, then we'll get fundraising put towards them.
And the other 11 will just go extinct.
They will all be put down.
My thing... we'll be eating them in some polonies soon. Can I just say, though, the quokka has to win.
I mean, it's adorable.
Hands down.
I think
it's the
we're
best.
getting there's a little bit of complacency, though. We're just assuming.
Yeah.
And it's
They're
currently
so
the
cute.
greater glider, which is like a mogwai from Gremlins,
Yeah.
but could
Yes.
That can
fly.
fly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
And the northern hairy-nosed wombat are doing quite
I mean,
well.
wombats are great.
Wombats have a hard ass.
If
Yeah,
that
they do.
glider was as
Oh
cute
my
as a
God.
mogwai, we would know about
They
it.
literally
wombat.
have a hard ass.
Do
This
they?
is
So,
true.
like,
Yes.
so your elbow and your knee, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a
That
bit
hardness.
of like a calcite kind of cartilage
Yeah.
thing. They have that in their rump. Like sort of the top
Yes.
part of their
So
arse,
their butts.
right? So
is-
their
is
butts.
Sean
rock
would have
hard.
Not
Yeah,
the
no,
cheeks,
that-
but just sort of the top
Yeah.
part there. So when they're in their burrow, if their one major predator, being a dingo, tries to come in and bite
Oh,
it,
they defend themselves with their
they
arse.
go
Yes.
full Beyonce. They shove their booty up against the top of the burrow, and they can crush a dingo's skull between the roof
With
of
their
the
butts.
burrow and their hard
Yes.
ass. So if you see a wombat at the squat rack at the gym, just
Yes.
back off.
Yes.
There wouldn't be many gay wombats around, would there?
Oh, no. The squash your faces.
All the
hands.
more reason.
They'll be dead.
But
All the
they're
partners will be
adorable
dead.
little-
Entry, no entry. Entry, no entry.
They're adorable little hairy noses.
Also, what I love about wombats is that because they're marsupials, they have a pouch, but theirs is around the other way, so when they dig a burrow, they don't fill their pouch with soil like a dummy.
They should have zips.
That's pretty
That's
good.
very
Zips.
clever. Yeah.
Well, look, I
Velcros.
did. I was out front before and saw a rat wearing a bum bag, and it was like, I'm a marsupial, look after me, and I was like,
No, you're not.
bugger off. Go
No.
get a selfie with me. Bugger off, rat. You had a little chef's hat on though.
Hey, Rove, when you were in Roto with Pink, did you
Yes.
get off to go and look at
we
the
had a
quokkas?
great time. Is that what you're suggesting?
No.
Yes, we did. We
Off
did.
the boat,
I did
you
say
mean?
quokkas, didn't I?
No, you said
Yeah.
get off. I was making a
Okay,
crude joke.
that day with Pink, right?
Yes.
Did she have security? What's she like when she's here?
No, we didn't have any.
So
there
you
was no
just
security.
got off the
It
boat.
was just
and
two
just went for a
families
walk.
hanging out
It was a
together
windy day, though.
on a
Were
boat.
people
It was actually not too bad. It was actually quite a nice day in the end.
How were people with you on the island? Were they freaking out?
well,
Did they
no,
give you
no.
space?
Well, we found where we initially went to berth, it was a little bit busy. So then we went to a different spot that was nice and quiet.
Yes.
And we pulled up and just sort of sat on the beach for a little bit. There was an octopus, and Willow, her daughter, got to actually have a bit of a my octopus teacher moment with
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Not a blue
Oh,
ring, I
wow.
hope.
It was it bitter, and she got superpowers. It's great. Her superpowers were I feel dizzy, I need to lie down.
Yeah, sure.
But it was really quite amazing. There was this octopus with its little tentacle coming up, and I kept saying, if you just hold still, like it'll keep
Yeah.
wanting to know what you are. And then we kept, you're building up the quokkas and you're building up the quokkas.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but we've been having a great time and haven't really spent much time on the island itself. And then we're at the beach, and I was like, I'm just going to go have a look. Like, usually you got a good chance of seeing a quokka somewhere. And then there was like 5 just up on a slope.
really?
Amazing. They were
Hey,
paid. weren't they?
does Ruby
They were stuffed. I
realise?
put them there, planted them there. Really.
Does Ruby realise what's going on when she's? So when, I'm guessing that you guys are sitting there, having a great time. The parents are talking. She's playing with Willow
And Jamison. Well, her and Jamison are good friends.
Yeah. So does she know that she's? Does she know that she's there?
Yeah,
with
she
Pink's
knows.
mum?
She knows. Like, we'll listen
But
to.
she's growing up with it. So
Yeah,
it's
so
just
she
normal.
listens to, she sees movies with people that she knows. She knows. She listens to music with people that she knows. She understands what we do. I took her in to do. I had to do a cross for the project the other day, and because of the time zone, I was here. It was straight after school pickup.
Yeah.
So I said to her, "Come with me, and we'll come into the studio, and you can see how it all works." And I got her to. She was sat at the news desk, and I took a photo of her, and she was really reluctant to do it. And she's like, "If I get in trouble for this," and then I did my cross for the project, and then we've come out, and it's only a green screen that we have here in the studio in Perth. And then afterwards we've gone out and you can see the monitors of what's happening live in Melbourne. And I said, that's who I was talking to in Melbourne. And she's like, are they all on a green screen? I said, no, that's an actual studio.
Yeah.
Filling it all in. This is how it works. And then we get into the car and I was like, so what'd you think of that? And she went, it was kind of lame. So
That's what you need, though.
so
you need that level up.
To be honest, I guess the answer is she's not fazed by it.
know.
To be honest,
That's so funny.
Right. To be honest, her thing was like, like someone was like, how was the day? She goes, we spent a lot of time on the boat.
I wanted to get on.
She's just, I want to get out and
Yeah.
just touch a quokka, mate, or
Ride
you
a
know.
bike up a hill.
Amazing.
Yeah,
She's
I
just
wanna
think-
shake hands
she's
with an
just-
octopus.
She's just thinking it as dad's friends.
Yeah.
That's
Mum and dad's
awesome.
friends. That's
Too
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Marsupial of the year, everybody.
Hey, Ruby's favourite marsupial. Who's she voting for?
Well, she loves a sugar glider. So the sugar glider, I think they're doing okay as far as
How's the
in
platypus going? I love a platypus.
They're monotremes. They don't.
Oh,
come
they
into-
don't count.
They don't have a pouch. They lay eggs.
I know, so they're just God's joke. That's what God had stuff at
I
the end
know,
of the
but-
day and went, oh, you know what, let's wait.
Bash this
I
together.
know, but what an
I've had
awesome
a big
combination.
day. I've had a big day. I need to get to run a court to see the old house.
So are we ever going to
Someone
run?
get that wombatty thing and the shoehorn. Just put
What
it
is it?
together.
I don't know. What have we got left?
When's monotream of the year then?
The monotream of the year would be a close field.
2-horse race.
It's a 2-horse race.
Who's the other one?
Echidna.
Echidna.
Yeah.
Whose feet are backwards. Their back feet are backwards. Anyway, we'll do that next year. Harry's busily Googling images of... Do you not know what an echidna is?
No, I was just going to check if there are some more monotremes. Also, I was just going to get this cool photo up of a sugar glider because they're great. They're
great.
looking,
Look at that.
Hey, don't skew the vote,
So
Harry.
you know, if you had like some of us complain about, I'm getting a bit of the tuck shot up, shot arms
Yep.
underneath the
Yes.
thing, the forearm there.
Yeah.
If you could stretch that down to your
Yeah.
feet,
That was
You're
my
back
nana.
in the
That
league
was my
sugar
nana.
glider. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Sugar glider.
That one, my
and they're
nana's
tiny
arms.
and they're adorable. So what we're saying is what we want is people to find an animal. You guys should do it. Pick an animal, back it. Make sure the quacker gets in you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm counting on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been doing other stuff today, but people listen to this station, so let's, let's make it work. Let someone else take care of the Fasker Gale. You make sure the quacker or the numbat gets across the
Do
line.
love a numbat too, to be fair.
We did get a text early this morning. It was just after 6 from Snagger Rove, who says Rove is cheating on you.
He's on another station.
It's disgraceful.
What was
Rove would
Snagger
never do
doing
that.
listening?
Well,
that's
that-
the
yeah,
question.
that's it.
That's the bigger
bring
question.
us a recording. Bring us the recording.
My niece was on a bus. She's going, why are you talking about, patamelons while I'm on the bus? And I was like, well, why are they listening to the wrong station? Because the one you should be listening to would be 8:30.
And also, I love that she thinks that you're doing it just because she's on the bus.
But she also knows me well enough to go, is it for a reason or just because you're an animal nerd? Have you come in to, plug that you've got a stand-up show, but all you're doing is talking about pouched animals, you weirdo?
Do you have a stand-up show coming up?
I did Oasis Comedy Club last week. I think I might be at the Comedy Lounge this weekend. I can't confirm, but because I don't know where I am. But I'll let you know soon.
All right.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Now,
Yes.
you told us you know Dave Grohl?
Yes,
I feel this is a very. I'm getting asked some loaded questions today.
Well, no, I just said I know you're friends with Pink. Are you friends with Dave Grohl?
I'm
The
not
answer
friends.
is,
Not in the same way.
But
But
you met him a few times.
Yes.
Yes. And
He
if
would
I
say
saw him, I
hello
could
to
say,
you.
"Hey, Dave."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to get you to read the Instagram post that he put out.
Okay.
All right? So you're going to
Here
read
we
it
go.
live. It's on the screen. Go for it, Rove.
I've recently become to hair. I've recently become the father of a new baby daughter. Oh, born outside of my marriage. This is a roller coaster ride.
Dude.
I plan to be a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and my children, and I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and earn their forgiveness. We're grateful for your consideration toward all the children involved as we move forward together. Dave.
Here comes my hero.
Is that what he calls them?
Watch it as he goes. Now,
So when he finishes the act, is that what he says?
Dude.
There goes my hero.
All I know is that's an insane situation.
It's a
But also,
conversation, isn't
what
it?
led to having to publicly say, oh,
Yeah.
by the way,
someone was gonna out
lol,
them probably,
made another
yeah.
person with someone, not my wife.
Yeah.
I've never seen something that's
my bad.
that doubles
Oops.
as a birth announcement plus a I'm cheating on my wife
Yes,
and my
plus an
family
apology,
announcement.
plus a plea for privacy.
For all the children. Oh, so that's as in I have
Yes.
other children as well as
Yes,
a
he's got
child.
3 children
Please
with
don't.
his
Yes,
wife.
yes,
He's
yes,
been married
yes,
for
yes.
21 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a conversation.
I feel I need to send a text to someone.
Can I tell you right now? This must.
What's the time overseas? Hang on.
This must happen, right? This must.
Oh, okay,
This
all right.
must happen in real
When are we
life.
finishing up? Okay, great. No, we'll be fine. We'll be good. We'll be good.
If this has happened to you, this would be triggering every time you see a story like
Yeah.
this, and you go like, "Oh my god!"
It's like those
It's
like the Jinx. If you watch that series, the guy who killed people, like all these people are, I got away with it, and you're like, time. Like you would spend every day going,
Yes.
When am I
someone
going to
didn't
be
find out now,
Yes.
but
Yes.
someone may find out down the track.
When's the
you
other
know,
shoe gonna drop?
when it's the 4th time you're doing the lap
Yeah.
of someone's cul-de-sac with your child, and
Yes.
they're like, "Wait a minute," and then
Sure.
it all catches up with you. That's
so true.
We want to see if
That's-
this is,
wow,
We want to
okay.
see if this has happened in Perth, right?
Yeah.
So if you've been in a scenario,
Dave Grohl
Oh my
has slept
God,
with
where's
you.
this headed?
Let's look. If you've been in a scenario, right? So you have a partner who has fathered another child, but they're still with you.
Yes, and they didn't do it years ago,
man.
and you just found
No,
out. No,
you're
we're
with
talking about
them?
during your relationship.
So we're calling this,
And you're
have you
with
been
them.
growled?
Have you
Yes.
been grolled? Because can you come back from a growling in your
He
relationship?
seems to think that they can.
It's only one song in the library.
Yeah.
Can you throw Adele's growling in the team?
Monkey wrench. This is a perfect one for monkey wrench. She's thrown it's a monkey wrench in the box.
13, 24, 10. We want to know, have you
Yeah,
been
right.
Dave Grohled, all right? So your partner has gone out and he's had a baby without you knowing because you're with him, and then suddenly you've decided,
But
I've got to
this is
stay
the
with
other
them or
thing.
not.
Does the
Does-
relationship survive or not?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Can
can't
it?
see
Is
it.
that possible?
Impossible.
But I mean, he
We'll
seems to
see.
think it can.
The Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
The Nova Player.
It's 9:07, Nathan, Nat and Shaun. So Dave Grohl announced overnight that...
He's recently become the father.
You found
of
another
Yes,
father confession.
the one.
Do you want to read the
I'm
statement?
going to read it again. Recently become the father of a new baby daughter born outside of my marriage. I plan to be a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and my children. I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and earn their forgiveness. We're grateful for your consideration toward all the children involved as we move forward together. This is Dave Grohl's...
Not you.
This is, if anyone who's joined us today or watching this online, I don't want this snipped and taken out of context. MySuperLoveTheYear.com.au.
Still good, Dave. Still
Please
good.
vote for the Quokka.
Dave
Vote
Grohl's-
for the number.
Dave Grohl's getting a few votes for my Super of the Year right
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
We did throw it out there. We're looking for
Yeah.
someone who'd been had had a good growling.
Had a good growling.
Hello, Bree.
Hello.
Hi,
Bree.
Bree. Have you been growled?
Not me, but my sister.
Tell us
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
Talk us
yards.
through it.
Tell us
Okay.
about it.
So essentially, she's married and her husband cheated on her and had a baby with someone else. They have 3 kids together, my sister and her husband.
Yep.
And my sister was about to have her 3rd baby when we found out that this other lady was pregnant with his baby.
Did he? Is he the one who confessed it, or did the other woman
No.
get in touch with
So
your
the
sister?
the other woman actually reached out to me.
Oh, to you.
Yeah, and I had to say the bad news.
How was your?
It wasn't a
Now, how was
surprise.
that for your relationship with your sister then?
I mean, we don't really talk anymore.
That's the thing, right? You become the messenger.
Yeah.
I'm the bad person, but
No.
it's unfortunately it's not the first time that he's cheated, so it wasn't a surprise. But obviously, a baby is a big thing.
Yeah.
So she was.
man,
So she was
bingo.
with child at the time.
Yes.
So how far are their babies? The babies' ages apart?
Or like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they still together, Bree?
That's the big question.
They are, but I don't know.
Well,
I don't
wait.
know.
So you're the one that she doesn't talk to
Yes.
as much, but she's still with the
Yeah.
Cheating husband.
cheating husband.
Make it make sense, right?
This shoot the messenger
This is
stuff
great news
is
for you, Shaun.
ridiculous.
Wow, Natalie.
Yeah, I'm just a messenger, but I apparently have done everything wrong. So, yeah.
This is sometimes the thing. Sometimes people don't want to know,
It's
and you
easy.
being the one who says,
They blame you.
"Hey, this is what's been happening." Even if it was him saying, "I need to come clean," sometimes it's about the person getting the burden off them,
Yes.
and putting it on their partner, spouse, whoever, to have to then pick up the pieces
Yeah.
and deal with the mess.
Hey,
Hello,
Bree,
line.
Bree,
Oh, that sucks. Sorry, Bree.
When you got that phone call from the chick, how? So
So it was an Instagram
an
message.
Instagram message. So then, how did you break the news? Did
Modern.
you go over to her house? Did you take her out for lunch? What did you do to break the news?
Well, I had a bit of a chat with my family first and
Yes.
was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
We had to wait because my sister she'd had her baby like 5 days before I found out.
Yeah, that's not when you break that news. Yeah.
No, so we waited just a little bit, but we didn't want to wait too long, so
Yeah.
Did you think about
Yeah.
going and seeing him? Right, I know the news now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go straight to this guy's house
And say, you have to
go,
tell
hey,
her.
you have to tell my sister because I know this
Yeah.
information.
Look, I would have loved to, but I didn't. No.
And look, hindsight 2020.
Yeah.
Was there ever a thought that you wouldn't tell your sister?
Oh, no way.
Imagine sitting on something
No
like
way.
that and knowing
And if
every
she
time.
found out that you hadn't told her, you would have
Well,
been in
then,
trouble
and
too.
then you'd be in trouble for that
You're damned
as well.
if you do and you're
I'm
damned if
really
you
sorry
don't.
that your sister's not talking to you, sweetheart. That sucks. You did the right thing.
Bree.
I know, but yeah, it's funny now. I just think about it. I'm like, oh, but
You know,
yeah,
you know what'll fix it all? A $300 gift
I
card.
was
Yeah.
Well,
just
we've got
thinking
one.
that would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
You know, go to
And
Yagan
they
Square.
deserved a drink and something to eat.
Straight to Yagan Square, everyone. Everyone's got a story to tell at Stories at Yagan Square. See what's on at stories.com.au. Bree, get that
You deserve
India.
it, Bree.
I-
Big
gonna
hugs
say-
to you, Bree.
Yeah,
you
mate.
are. It's a tough predicament to be put in.
I know.
I think you chose wisely, and I'm sorry to hear that it didn't work in your favour for what the results were. But
Yeah.
that's a courageous move. So good
But
on
you're
you for that.
morally correct.
But anyone listening right now that has something to tell someone,
Get your sister to do it.
You just
No, you want to have
Don't
friends.
shoot the messenger.
You want to have friends and family who gutsy enough to come to your face and
Yes.
tell you. You need that in
Straight
your life.
away.
Yeah. Rove.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks,
Where do we
Always
vote for
a
our
joy.
marsupial of the year?
Marsupialoftheyear.com.au.
Oh, that's catchy.
We've got 21 on the list. The top 10 will be announced on Monday on the project. So please, everybody, make sure
Get
we get a
behind the
number
quokka.
and a quokka in there at the very least.
Yes.
Good on you,
Take
Rove.
down the sugar glider. Yeah, you heard me.
And what are you up to this weekend?
I'm going to be hanging out with my family for my mum's birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, because
Yeah. Anything else?
No, not really. Just take it easy.
Not going down to any local tourist
See anything
landmarks
big
or
or
anything?
Oh, no. Look, if you haven't seen the Mandurah Giants, ladies and gentlemen, you're a burden to yourself.
You've been,
Well,
you've been-
Sean and Nate didn't even know
No.
that you got Baby Giant just up the road
Didn't
here.
even know.
it's
it's apparently sitting in a park. I've driven
It's
past that park
lying
so many
down
times.
in a
I don't know.
park.
I've not
It's a
seen it.
baby.
I've not seen it.
It's a baby.
Giant, giant. I should be able to see it.
Has just left his giant baby. There's a giant Dave Kroll somewhere who left that baby in a park. Shame on you.
Hey, do you want to read your Instagram post again?
I've recently become a giant baby father. I've neglected my wooden child in a park.
Howdy, guys.
Hey, Ross.
Howdy, Rove. I was just watching.
Sorry, we're busy.
No, I was just watching the presidential debate in the background.
right.
I'm
It's
so into it.
So they mute their mics in between, so it's really calm.
Yeah.
But also there's no crowd. But they had a coin toss at the start,
Yes.
so they could pick a podium.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they do that here too, Ross. The who speaks first,
And a
what it
coin
costs,
toss,
the
like
whole
it's a
lot.
sporting game.
So who won the toss?
I think Trump did. I think he might have.
Did he choose to debate into the breeze or... Thank you.
I'm going to try and watch and find anything fun that happens. But pleasure having you.
Good
in,
luck
Rove.
with that. Enjoy.
Thanks,
Good to
Ross.
have you back,
Sorry we
Nathan,
couldn't
as
mute
well.
our mics.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, can't mute yours.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.